Hi everyone, this is Diane Ricciardi. I'm from the Peaks Island Community Center in the Peaks Island After the Bell program with the City of Portland Parks and Recreation. I'm here today to read a book to you, a really kind of fun book, and it's A Piglet Named Mercy. It is written by Kate DiCamillo, and it is also illustrated by Chris Van Dusen, and it's very fun. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson lived in a house on Decawoo Drive. Decawoo Drive was on an ordinary street in an ordinary town. Mr. and Mrs. Watson were ordinary people who did ordinary things in ordinary ways. Cutting the hedges, vacuuming, cleaning their nice car. One day, Mrs. Watson said to Mr. Watson, "I wonder if we're just the teeniest bit too predictable." "Predictable, us?" he said. "Surely not." "It's just that sometimes I wish something different would happen," said Mrs. Watson. "Things are just fine as they are," Mr. Watson said. But then something different did happen. Shh, something's falling out right here. Someone very small and not at all ordinary found her way to the Watsons' house on Decawoo Drive. Very small. Mr. Watson made the discovery when he opened up the door for the morning paper. "Mrs. Watson," he cried, come see." "Oh, my dear," she said. "Oink," said the little piglet. "I think she's hungry," Mr. Watson said. And the pig's got the paper in her mouth. "It's a pig," Eugenia Lincoln said. She lived next door and she did not approve of surprises or pigs. "It is," Mrs. Watson said. "Can you believe our luck?" "Don't be ridiculous," she said. "A pig is not lucky at all." "Don't you think perhaps the piglet would like a bottle of warm milk?" said Baby Lincoln. Baby was Eugenia's youngest sister, and she was fond of surprises, and she was fond of piglets. Mr. Watson scratched his head. "A bottle of milk? I don't know. Is that all? It's all so unpredictable." "Leave it to me," said Baby Lincoln. "Oink," said the little piglet again. Mrs. Watson picked up the piglet and took her inside. She wrapped her up in a blanket. "Have you ever seen anyone so darling?" she said. "Never," said Mr. Watson. "Here's the warm milk," Baby Lincoln said. "I have it right here." And Eugenia said, This is just absurd." The piglet did not think it was absurd at all. She drank the entire bottle of milk. And then she burped. And then she oinked. And then she went looking for some more. "Oh my goodness, Mr. Watson. Watch out," said Eugenia. "She seems to like toast very much." She's standing up on the toaster here. "Oh, my darling, darling little thing," said Mrs. Watson. "Mr. Watson, perhaps you would like to hold her for a bit?" "Certainly," said Mr. Watson, and he took the piglet in his arms. He rocked her. He hummed. "How extraordinary," said Mr. Watson. "She's a porcelain wonder." "This little piglet is a wish come true," said Mrs. Watson. "What a mercy she is," said Baby. "There you go, Mr. Watson. We will call her Mercy." "She is not a mercy," said Eugenia. "She is a pig." "Oink, oink," said the piglet. "You cannot name a pig Mercy." But they did name her Mercy, and she was entirely unpredictable. She was not at all ordinary, and she was very, very loved. The end of the story of A Piglet Named Mercy.